Ahoy hoy mateys! I discovered a little exploit in Windrose, and I'm going to show it to you. So, you've got two walls at this normal small height. I'm not sure what the units are. We'll call them meters though, or units. If I say meters, I mean units. You put them 1 unit apart, you get stuck, kind of. And you can't control yourself, can't jump, can't do anything but go one direction. But if you hold forward, sometimes, there it goes, sometimes it speeds up. And it is possible to stop yourself, slow it down, go the other way, but it doesn't. Like right now I'm pressing forward, nothing. So anyway, I discovered that, and thought we could do something fun with it. And as you can see, made a little slide. And this I just did to show that you can do it with any kind of wall. And the beams on top have no effect on this bug or whatever exploit. Also, it doesn't always hit if there's something directly under it, which is why keeping it up as a slide is the way to go. But yeah, there you go. Beams do nothing, so that's just for if you want to make it look cooler. That just looks smoother and easier to slide on, I guess. But this little slide I've gone on 100 times and it is entirely consistent. So it's not something that just happens sometimes. It's every time you hop in here, it goes. I'm going to show you things like this, where generally the horizontal, like flat walls, it doesn't always work as perfectly. I would generally always stick to 13 degrees unless you need to stretch it out a little longer. But then you sometimes have to do some fixes like this, which you'll see a lot of in the next one, the big slide. And the big slide is pretty awesome, so I think I'm going to keep exploring. I haven't done all the experimenting I can with these. I'm sure there's a lot more you can do. But I wanted to make this quick video, mostly because I just want to show people, and there's builders who have done a lot more masterful stuff than I have. I'm not the most experienced builder yet. Just kind of messing around with stuff so far, but these things I think would be cool to, you can have them go through a village if you got a village in the jungle or something, like in the trees, Well, okay. So my name for them, Bangarang tracks, or Bangarang rails, comes from Hook, the movie. Which it kind of reminded me of the like little skateboard slide that Rufio rolls around on. So here it is, the big one. Takes you around the mountain. And this one, I could stop here. It could be stopped by one of these flat spots. But pretty much I've run this a bunch of times and it gets me down to the bottom. Seems to be every time now. And boom, drops you right into the water. So that's fun. You can also just, you can have it drop you off anywhere. I was riding down like every little segment of it, and some of them are cool. It was a lot cooler actually when it would drop you, launch you basically, when you're going full speed on the sloped part. So I started rambling about the horizontal parts and decided to cut the video. And it was raining for 15 minutes. So we're back now. Let's go down the slide one more time, and then I'll go on the scaffolding and show you the many little fixes and whatnot I had to do on only the horizontal parts. That they are a lot less favorable than these 13 degree. That's where you start running into little bumps and things that slow you down. But I did it to just extend the length. I wanted to get it closer to the village. I didn't eat my bacon and eggs. Okay. Let's go check out the scaffolding. And as far as further experimenting and taking it to the next level, I want to do something from up there. A real big one. But I'll just have it drop me, like a big drop down to here. Also, always make sure to build yourself a nice big stairway from the water, because pretty easy to get stuck somewhere on the rocks and not be able to get out. Alright, so flat parts. Oh, I left a 45 in there. Alright, that works actually. Totally forgot about that. But the 45s seem to be a little riskier, and they would stop you more. So I had to start putting these little 13s in, because it seems like when the walls are all lined up, there might just be, like, the hitboxes of them might not be perfectly aligned. So I just had to come up with ways around it. And the beam, again, worthless. It's just for the look of it, just to keep it straight. But really, if that wasn't there, nothing would change. And this one, I mean, this is crazy. I had to do 2. Like, you just have to keep trying different things until you stop getting stopped. A lot of it has to do with momentum. You come careening down the slope part, and then you turn around a tight turn, slam into the rail, you lose all your momentum, and then it's a lot easier to get stopped on a flat part. So pretty much, if you're doing one of these, try to stick to the 13s. These ones here, it's just much better. Rails are very important up above. There's actually one that I had to do a little double high because I was hitting it so hard. I was flying. I was getting ejected here when I would come down and hit this. I was shooting up in the air. So just that little second rail was enough to prevent that. Ooh. And yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing there. So I'm gonna build a little piece now just to show the most important part of turning. I'll just cut this to him. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'll show you the whole thing first. And now that, since I'll be done with this video, all this scaffolding is coming down. I'm pretty excited to see what it looks like without the scaffolding. But yeah, started from up there, went around, and, you know, that gets you pretty far. I'm sure if I did not do all these horizontal parts and just had the 13s, might have ended up somewhere around here. That's just a guess. see. I don't know if I have any wood here. I have a lot of wood here. Alright, first, walls. You have to go bing bang, and then a little bippity bop. Alright, so, you know what, let's just start higher. Get some stairs up there. Little sticks. Uh-oh. Okay, now right, so that's another thing about the 13-degree slopes. They are weird, and it helps to do a little temporary thing like that. Smash those, although that probably would not have had a negative effect to leave them there. You would have just gone across and then just dropped a tiny bit. Probably would actually add a little bit of speed. But, blah. Alright, so, turning corners. This is the important part. Because you don't want to just turn how you might think. What is this now? Okay, that's easy. I'll show you actually the problem with simply turning. Alright, so say you're about to do it that way. This part, just by the laws of mathematics and the numberings and the whatnot, can really screw things up. Makes it a little tighter, and the more you would turn, the tighter the gap becomes, and you get stopped. So what you need to do is, at the same angle as the wall, I mean, you can use just a wall piece or a beam or whatever. Actually, a wall piece would probably be easier than a beam because it's easier to destroy. But you have to bring it so that there's a new... well, okay. From the inside of the turn, this one is locked onto the same beam as this one. Same pillar. Bring this one over. So you're always going to have that little gap on the outside of the turn. And it's not the easiest thing to do. Let's put a wall here. Alright, good. And then you need something to fill that space, which, if you got the, this sloping piece, like that, well, you know what, that would work. I was going to switch to the small 1 meter, 1 unit walls, but just sticking, I mean, just having it clip into each other is the same effect. So now we've got this. Look at that. Comes to the same spot. And let's see how this goes without rails. Probably fine. I'm betting I'm going to make it. Look how smooth that is. So yeah, again, 13s are the way to go. If you can just get it from a high enough spot, and if you want to like bring it, you know, go somewhere specific, you just want to start it. Really, I have no idea how to measure it out beforehand. It's without doing it manually, it would be an arduous task. But there might be some kind of way to just figure out the distance you need, how high you have to start to go over a certain distance, but not simple math because of all the turns. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's the basics of it. Maybe I'll do a little follow-up video with more complicated stuff as I experiment more with it. So, Bangarang.